Hi guys, how are you? I was having problems with one of my browsers allowing me to open up or to see the button so I can press the stream to start. And then I had some family members that were being noisy, so I had to try and wait for a moment. There we go. We are up and running. Sorry about all the door slamming if you can hear it. Like I said, I've tried to talk to my certain members of my family, but some of them are just kind of ignorant. Anyway, thank you, Erica. Yes, it is for public questions. But if you really, really, really want me to look at something personal, I will. But I kind of want to just keep it to public questions. So, like Erica's question here on the submersible is the kind of topics that we cover on Saturdays. Public topics. And one of the things I'm going to start out with um, is going to be on the seeming just really extensive exposure that people that abuse their power in certain industries and high up places are getting. And one of the things that I've been seeing with my readings is that it's like the universe has given these people time to make a better choice. And once that time runs out, you start seeing them get things like a bunch of tens, which is like an end of a cycle and a new beginning. And usually, what you'll see too is that they're getting judgment and being held to account for their behavior. So I'm just wanting to take a look at that on a deeper level and see how this trend, which seems to have really dug into society, where it's going to go, pardon me, what we need to know about it. And then I'll be taking your questions, like Erica's will be the first one up, and it is on public topics. Let me just get my banners rolling here. Um, it was a bit of a bit of a question getting this all sorted out before I was like, oh man, I'm going to be running late now. All right. That is so big. It's like, hey, I had to change the banner size on that. All right. Let's just make it to minimal. There. That's a bit better. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you all. For yeah. I prefer because it's Saturday, the whole point of me making it for Saturday was to chop up and change up. Yeah. It's public topics, please, and just like the um banner says. So it can be anything. Like I said, I'm going to be looking at initially to kind of kick it off, um, the level of corruption that we're seeing in industries like entertainment and politics really seem to be making some headway where some of these people are actually being held to account. And I find that kind of surprising, and I just want to see where that's going to go. So just put it in all caps and I will take it. So just try to remember public topic. There we go. Ash, what do you see for Lady Gaga's upcoming album? I want to see the film that she's what is it, The Joker? I saw some things. I don't know how good that will be, but I like her and it looked kind of good. I saw her and Joaquin uh gosh, Phoenix being interviewed for it, and I thought it was really interesting, and they were getting along. It's the Joker too, Folie La Deux. Yes. Yeah, I want to see it. I just want to see it. I really do. And I haven't wanted to see a film, I gotta tell you, unfortunately, in a long time. Hmm. Okay. I'm just trying to. manage my setup here. Excuse me while I move you around. All right, there we go. So let's take a look at the issue. I want to ask Spirit rather about these exposures of people in high places being held to account, and if this is going to continue, and what we need to know a little bit more with concern to this. Because I think most of us have kind of become pretty jaded with the well-to-do people always being able to buy people off or bribe or even corrupt law enforcement. You know, they get special treatment. They do. Compared to you or I, if we were doing the kinds of things they were doing, we would be banged up in prison, not getting out for a very long time. Got it, Microdot. Great question. Okay, sorry if you can actually hear my stomach. I did eat. I guess I'm just digesting. Same here. I'm getting tired of it. They need to be held accountable as much as regular people too. Yeah, there's always been and often when one of them does get in trouble, it's because one of them has upset another person in their 1%, you know. But this is interesting because we're seeing people that are not famous themselves that have been taken advantage of finally being more taken seriously, and you know, kind of the facade is crumbling. So I just want to take a look at that. I feel like it's part of a bigger scheme. It sure feels like it. Let's see what the universe wants to say about the revealing of corruption lately and what we need to know. Okay. Just want to make sure I really dial in. Spirit, what do you want to share with us about this latest thing of exposure of corruption? I mean, Cat Williams did say 2024 would be the year of reckoning, and it seems to be pretty prophetic. Well, I'm getting the world, and again, it is an end card. It is an end cycle of manipulation and of people that try and abuse power and try and be pretty clever about it and have more tools at their disposal as well to do so with that magician. You know, they've been able to get away with it long enough that they've figured out a whole method in being able to get away with these things. You know, they've been able to manipulate. Okay, that shows up. We get the Hierophant and we get the King of Wands. Well, it has to do definitely with we're looking at the difference in I think, beliefs and morals. And some people can be extreme in being very uptight and with, let's say, some of their ideas, and other people not enough. So it's a matter, I think, of where going the middle path. There needs to be less extremes in society with belief systems, and whether it's the belief system that you can go and do this as you please and get away with it because you've got power, or you believe that people should be held to account. Yeah, look at this. 2 5s. So we've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. This is an end of, which both make a 10 again. Um, these both speak of a bully type of person, somebody that's utterly ruthless to win, to have to make a point, to be right, and to never feel like they're being slighted. And this is somebody else, typically the people that they target, that they take it out on. who then has problems and has physical, mental decline, maybe financial, especially with that five, it is a financial number of decline. They feel like they can play with people's lives. And it just looks like that's over. Your, got it, Isadora. Your ability to do this is being ended. Your time is up. That cycle that you had to explore that is now over, and now you get the new consequence that you've never had. Especially where women are concerned. Look at that. With women and abundance, there's been like this gluttony, a gluttony with these people, with their appetite for extreme in any facet, no matter what they're looking at, the freak off parties or the use of substances. You know, it has to do with the abuse also of women and abundance and not appreciating real, true abundance. It's a very shallow appreciation. And I do think it's going to continue because look, we do get card of help. People that have been in a very bad position, and I feel like for some time, are now going to get an opportunity to tell their story, to live through the tale. Um, and this shows someone that's been through abuse, been through the battles, and is prepared to undergo at least maybe one final one. And if they're going to give it all they got. And I feel like they're getting it's showing that society is going to be more, at this point, more and more open and helpful, supportive. All right. So that is continuing to go. Let's just see a few more. We get the Queen of Cups and we get the Six of Wands. And this is recognition with a woman or women's energy, I feel like. And with men, it's very interesting. We get the Page of Pentacles. We get the Ten of Swords. It's this cycle of being able to cause suffering is over, especially men of wealth, businessmen, again, people high up. There's a saying spiritually that when you're given more, you are given also more responsibility. And if you don't handle this responsibility well, you will suffer serious consequences. And if you don't pay for it in this life, so to speak, get a moment to correct that or atone in some way, maybe you go to prison, you deal with whatever, you're going to wish that you had. Not because God's going to be cruel to you, but you're going to feel it's going to be so much worse for you on the other side and feeling what you feel. It's going to be much more raw, I think, and hard going. But this is to me women's coming forward, being believed finally. And I think predators, and not just women, but just kind of an energy that's more soft, more not going out there and doing this, that is being preyed upon in people, more of a gentleness. Yeah, we can expect some secrets, especially to come out that deal with people's home life, what's happening behind closed doors. Literally, it's like I kind of don't know if I want to hear any more of that. But especially people that put on the facade. And here we have the Ten of Cups can be a very great card. It can be like a dream come true, family uh, harmony and happening, but it can also be the facade card, the card of, oh, if it's just rainbows and unicorns, our family's just so together and, it's baloney. I do too. It's kind of cool how it does that, right? I'm not mad about that effect. Um, so yes, it's meant to clean house. We are going through a time period of where the people in society that have been given the luxury uh, of having a path in life where they accumulate wealth and power, if they're doing stuff, they best knock it off because I'm telling you, it's probably too late anyway. It's going to be, I think, not just this year, but I think over the next coming years of more of this happening. And it's to get society to clean up, especially that upper percent that acts like this. Because most of us are like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't even know that was possible. Not that I'm a prude, but holy, what it's just such a flagrant disregard rather for the beauty of sexuality and the sacredness of it that it's ugly. It's revolting. And it's kind of a train wreck. And I don't blame yourself for watching. I am too. Look at that, The Lovers. We're going to be talking about and looking at, and it does make you look back at what is love can be profane or it can be sacred. It can be a beautiful thing. And this is when you make love just being something that is all lust. It's empty. And it is, it's unhealthy to say the least, right? So this is the angel, I think, trying to guide us society-wise back. Yeah, look at that. We get the Eight of Wands with it. So there is an energy, there is an influence going to come in to harmonize our relationships and to especially our love relationships. Maybe to teach some of these people that are getting up in these positions of power where they lose themselves to the whims of having too much and they can't handle it. And they go in a really weird path where they just get weirder and sicker and sicker. Just like in the woman, yes, just like the woman in France whose husband drugged her and he did it for his own pleasure to have other men that they didn't know. They could have, and they probably did pass on all kinds of infections. Women will get, all kinds of infections from the different men. It's true. It's another good reason why your body tries to tell you, hey, don't be promiscuous. Everybody carries around bacteria, and not all men keep their business so tidy. So, anyway, not to be gross, but to do this has so many ramifications for someone's health that this is having this experience. Women can be more likely to develop actually uterine cancer by venereal uh, wart kind of thing, from what I remember from classes on how STDs get uh, transmitted. And there's still some questionable things about some of these people higher up that have these things and passing them along and passing them along, having these parties and passing them along. And there's certain names in public that have been rumored to have them. I'm not going to go into that, but this is just well out of hand. And by the time the universe is coming in and saying, all right, you should have really cleaned your act up by now. You've had a chance by the universe to clean up your act, to turn around, fly right, and you've not done it. And so there's consequences. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, honestly. The universe is pretty generous. And he's had a long run, Diddy and all these people. So let's see. I'll just look a little bit more and then I'll get to your questions. I've got about 10 more minutes to cover this. let's see what I wanted to look at as well. I'm going to try and look at a couple of things really quickly. I think given these positions in power and especially minors, so many minors that were targeted trying to make it in the entertainment industry. Um, I think it's also an effort to clean it up for people becoming part of that. Hi, Rain Mountain. Oh, Raina. Got it, Microdot. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Well, I just feel like there's something more here I'm missing, and I just want to give my mind a moment while I'm juggling all these different aspects to see if I can remember what it was I wanted to look at again on this subject. Oh, yes. I wanted to look if the accusation that's most recently come out against Kanye West by a woman that claims to be a former assistant. Her name is Lauren. It's an Italian last name, Pisciotti, I think, or something like that. Pardon me if I did get it right. Anyway, she had already set up suing him for sexual harassment, and Donde was it Academy. Now she's coming and saying that he arred her at a Diddy party uh, with a drugged drink. Not that Diddy did this, but that Kanye was there and did this to her, that she was went there as his assistant. So there's some things that are questionable with, and I don't normally, I use discernment with people, but it's just curious why she didn't, when she sued him earlier for sexual harassment, if he did that, why she didn't. Maybe she was just too afraid. I don't know, but I would have thought that maybe she would have brought that forward then. But there's a 25-page uh, document that goes into great detail that I listened to before I came on today, and it was really But and the awful thing was, it really did sound like Kanye, because unfortunately he's a little out there. So I was going to see if this lady, just because there's some curious aspects about how she did this, how she's gone about this, um, if this is an accurate allegation. Let's just see. Now, Kanye is one of those guys that clearly has an enormous appetite for sex. We see that with his little lady friend now that he's married to for one moment and not the next. The Bianca, I don't know, bounces around. It's not the most healthy. Um, so I think it could be very possibly true, but I'm just going to see what we get. So, is this accusation accurate? Is this accusation by Lauren, who claims to have been at one time personal assistant for him? She looks like his type, I gotta tell you. Is she telling the truth about this? I hate to kind of do that because these are cards, and I just want to preface that these are cards. They may or may not pick up on it. I may or may not get everything right. I don't always get everything right, and that's going to be every tarot reader you listen to, because nobody gets 100%. All right, let me just see. Is Lauren telling us the truth, in her 25-page claim. I mean, I don't know. It's so detailed, you just think, but who could have come up with that? That really does sound like him. She either knew him really well or she's telling the truth. Well, I get the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. This to me would be if I went like yes, no. I hope my signal's okay, you guys. We've been losing power in town, so if I do lose power or whatever, I will try to get back on. This is a yes to me. And it is a very aggressive energy. Now, he basically, her claim of him contacting her sometimes 50 times a day would make sense if it's accurate, because this would be excessive communication, constant just trying to be active and get connected up with her. And he kept doing that, and she's claiming, she wasn't interested until they went to this party. Okay, I get walking away. I think she decided to walk away and cut her losses and just start over, so to speak. Um, so I'm not getting any cards right now that suggest that she isn't telling the truth. I get more cards that say there was something that happened and it was intense and enough that she just wanted to walk away and just wash her hands and just say, you know what, I will go my own way. I don't want to be connected to this anymore. That's what comes up. The Chariot, yeah, again, movement. And I'm getting the 10. She's going to get I think, some money as well. This to me would actually indicate with the Chariot and the 10 that she would win, or in any kind of a lawsuit or some kind, that she would have something favorable occur. She would have success. There's the Nine of Cups, yeah, and the Knight of Swords. It is the pursuit of her that is relentless for his pleasurable intentions. I'm not trying to gross you out, I'm just trying to use words that YouTube's not going to strike. And also, you know, not make you sick. So that's what I get. I get, to sum it up so I can get on to the next questions, almost perfect timing, giving you guys a few more minutes of time for me to read on your questions. I'm getting that it's apparently accurate. Again, I'm just going to do one more read on that for confirmation. Is the claim accurate? Did he really bother her this way? Did he assault her at a Diddy party, as is claimed by her? I get the Hierophant, and I get the Three of Wands. This indicates that there could be something that is going to come out to be watching on the horizon for. And it is, I think, more claims of this. Again, it just feels like it's improper. Ugh. The Moon and the Hermit. You know, all I can say is that if she isn't, she might go into hiding and do some reflection. But this kind of seems like it would be more maybe Kanye pulling back from the spotlight, which I'm sure would be really hard for him to do. I think trying to cover his tracks. Microdot. Yep. I don't think that she is being untruthful. I'm not getting any cards that show me like the kinds of cards I get when someone's not being truthful, when someone's lying. I'm getting what I feel like is maybe even a female that can corroborate that. The woman that, Lauren, she's a Leo, and this is a Queen of Cups, and it doesn't feel like her energy to me. Yes, look, right after I got the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I'm getting the Tower and the Eight of Wands. So this is some kind of breakthrough activity in connection with possibly another woman regarding these claims. And maybe she can uh, verify or confirm or something, but it's going to be a big deal. Hi, Fairy Edits. Hi, Milady. Hi, Lucky. Mm. Yeah, no, she endured a long time of suffering, and her time of suffering is up. She's also getting a 10. Him trying to control her, and these men all try to control women. You notice that. So, yeah, I think it is true. I think that it looks like she has at least some basis in fact for her claims. And having that kind of, having that kind of claim is with the details would be like mind-boggling. She would have to be like a script writer to come up with some of that. And I don't even think she would get it right. So let's take a look at your questions. All right. Let me just go back up here to my little banners, and I can take that one down. Okay. Go back to the comments and the star. Okay. So Erica asks about the Titan submersible. Excuse me, hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to tilt the camera angle down on this a little bit because I feel like I'm hidden up here. Okay. So were at least some of the passengers reincarnations? Oh, that's a very interesting question, Erica. I like that. So she wants to know, were some of the people that were in that Titan submersible that imploded in the water, um, were some of them perhaps reincarnations of people that were on the Titanic back in the 1900s, I can't remember the year. My brother would know because he is a Titanic buff. I think he might even have a large model that he did or something. Okay, let's just see. Are any of the people that rode in the doomed vessel, the Titan submersible, were they aboard the Titanic in another life? Were any of them connected to the Titanic by way of past life? Maybe. Look, I am getting loss and water with the bridge, the Five of Cups, and the focus can be on a past and not the present and on a loss. So that kind of says yes to me. But as I always say, I read in pairs. Yeah, that's interesting. Look, we get judgment. And judgment to me is that old reincarnation kind of thing because it's bringing up a higher point of view and calling us to be more accountable, to level up, to leave behind uh, the past way that we were and to evolve and take account, clean up our act, get it together, basically. And it can deal with past, this is death here and people that are coming out of the coffins. So yes, visually, intuitively, and also just symbolically with what the cards mean in general, I say yes. I think some of them probably were. Let me just see what else we get with that. Now this is interesting. Look at this. The 9 of sorts. And I wonder if any of them ever had precognition dreams or nightmares, because my Eight of Cups card can be about mind-altering substances, or it can be about visions or dreams or hallucinations. Um, it doesn't mean that the dreams aren't necessarily true. In fact, it can be like an actual, for real vision, not just some kind of flight of fancy. It can be that too. You always got to look at the other cards around it and what you're reading on. Take all into consideration. And here we have nervousness, we have anxiety, we have lack of sleep. We have the card that speaks of nightmares. So you got two cards that are giving a nod toward sleep, dreaming, being disrupted, both of them indicating possible uh, variety of dreams, perhaps that people didn't fully understand. I feel like people aboard, some of them, at least one of them, I feel like had some dread and maybe even dreams about it. I don't know if anyone's come forward with that. Okay, got it always protected. Can you guys see me still? Let me know if you can. Okay, got you, new SK and Donna. Got it. Okay. And here I'm going to, ah, the young boy that went down, very afraid to do it. I think he was having dreams, not just nervousness, which could be understandable. That's a very risky thing to do, but I feel like actual dreams. I do with him. Oh my God, you guys, look, the next three cards that I'm getting are about an ending and death, a new beginning. And three people, I think especially, were connected, quite possibly on that um, submersible, to a past life on the Titanic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so disgusted by all these pictures and videos of naked women thrown everywhere. Yeah, I'm tired of it too. You know, how would men like to be bombarded with it? With, you know, some of them might like it, but some of them would not. And it's just I have probably room to take one more question, and that would be it. Wonder if the wife of one of the men ever had conversations with him talking about this topic in some form. Let me just say, I'll throw cards on that. Did the wife of any of these men have conversations with about concern, or even the Titanic? I don't know. I'm curious. Were there discussions between spouses of those aboard about this situation? Well, I think they reassured them that they would be okay. I hope my internet's still okay for the Titan. Yeah. I feel like they did have conversation, a very heart to heart. And I think that for peace of mind, is my internet bouncing? Because it kind of flashes every so often here. Anyway, I hope not. I feel like that would be a yes. And I think it was to try to be calming and to feel more secure about it. maybe they gave them statistics or something like that and said, see, it's more likely for me to cross the street and get hit by a bus. I'll be fine. It feels like it's like that kind of a conversation. Okay. Next Sunday will be for personal questions. Sundays are personal questions. Thank you, Ash. Saturdays are like today's, the public topics. Am I going to go? You're doing, hey, how are you doing today? Oh, happy birthday, Crystal Pickett. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Crystal. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name too, but I felt like you were. uh, I feel like, yeah, I really do. It's weird how I can pick up on those little conversations and see that, but yeah, it does look like they kind of calmed him down. Oh, ew. That creeps me out. I'm way too claustrophobic. I would never go down. I don't like being up really high, and I don't like being like I'm in a cave or anything like that. Just no, no, no. Absolutely not. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm warming up again. You know how it happens when I read. So let me just take my headphones off for a minute and pull this sweatshirt off because otherwise I'm going to be so uncomfortable. Thanks. Hang on a second. Sorry. The weather changes here. Okay. Ooh, it's humid. It's very humid. I kind of had that feeling when I put that thing on. I thought, you know what? I hope I'm not going to do the hot cold thing again. But I am. There we go. Ah, oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay, I'm just going to put my sweatshirt over here. All right. So let's see. What is the next question? Also want to grab my fan. Okay. Okay, so Microdot wants to know, what do you see for the elections next month with all these disaster areas? Oh my goodness. Let's again always lift everyone and all the areas up in prayer because the post-storm flooding is disastrous in Florida and elsewhere. Limited no transportation available to get people to the voting polls. Yeah, well, they would have to have somebody either do it by ballot or have someone be able to show up at the voting polls. Yeah, how are they going to do that? That's a good question. What if the place isn't for the voting polls? Well, I would think too the water's going to go down and they will make a special effort for sure in these places to have people come heck or high water, being able to vote. But let me just take a look. So that's a really darn good question. Is the all the natural disasters happening going to adversely affect voting in these areas? Or will there be some plan in place that is used and gets it done and handles it? Or is this going to be a problem? Let's just take a look. And again, if you could just give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it to help me boost my little algorithm, my little channel. Thanks so much. Ah, took my antihistamine. I'm glad I did because I'm starting to get like little hives. My skin does not like the plastic adhesive that my wound vac uses. So I pay for it every so often. let's see. Yeah, so these areas that have been adversely affected by storms and hurricanes and all of the alike, and who knows what in between now and then, is it going to affect their ability to vote in the election this coming month in November? I get the sun, and I get the two of swords. So there's going to be something that's got to be they come to they have to make a decision. Yeah, there's going to be some plan in place. Yeah, look, Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. This is an emotional topic for people, and they really are not going to be happy if they can't. So I think there is going to be something that is probably already being considered and set up depending upon how things go, given room to tweak it here and there. It feels to me like they're looking at the situations in various places and assessing maybe where they could put these voting election places to vote, um, and perhaps on publicly offering assistance to get people there or to get have it in places that are not damaged yet, that are open and getting people there. So it does look like there's going to be some issues, and the Ace of Cups is water, so as well. I think it also depends on how much water is going to recede. Is it going to overflow more? If they get any more storms, God forbid. Oh my gosh. And the Emperor and the Eight of Cups. So I feel like authorities have to keep their options open on how to master this and to be flexible. That's going to be a thing. But to have some kind of, plan A, B, C framework to go from. And I do get that's going to be difficult, but I think people will take the risk. They're going to be very, I think, enthusiastic to get out there and do it. And people are going to make the effort to vote. They'll figure out a way, is what I get. The King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I do. I think that there's something, a plan that will uh, it won't be great, but it won't be the worst. I think it will take a lot of effort on the parts of people that want to vote, but I see them like, God Almighty, I'll do it, you know? So that's interesting. Okay. Ooh, a lot of chitter chatter. Some places still have no assistance with basic necessities. Many people have not even been found yet. Roads and bridges utterly destroyed. Yep. It looks like, and then all the places where the tornadoes, you know, it just looks like a bomb went off. Hi, Hugger Greeter TK. Nice to see you. Stockton Rush. Ah, thank you, Isadora, uh, mod extraordinaire, for the answer. That was the name of the guy that was the owner of the Titan. Okay. And just thinking maybe the men or the man compared the Titanic and Titan. I think they did. And things that they changed. Yeah. I think that they felt foolishly safe. I do. That's concerning. A lot of times, pride gets in the way. Okay. Let me see here. Let me get back. Keeping the ball rolling. Okay, yeah. Will the Ukraine defeat Russia? Now, I've always gotten yes, but I am more than happy to just because I think that gives you the most accurate reading if you can, be neutral and try and look at stuff. Now, I definitely do not feel neutral about it, but I've got to keep my own bias in check. Um, I just feel once again, and I will say that intuitively, I've been feeling, especially for the last few years, that Putin is due to his time is ending. But let's just see. I don't think, therefore, he's going to win this. I think he's hurting himself and his country in the long run. But they'll endure it. These people have been so poorly treated by their government for so long. I don't think they know any different. All right. Unless they've been able to travel and live elsewhere. Let's see. Will Ukraine defeat Russia? Will Ukraine defeat Russia? In the war that Russia started with invading the Ukraine, or Ukraine rather, will the Ukraine win? Hmm. I think the Ukraine will win. And I think this shows that they will have help and support by really close partnerships. Russia doesn't, Russia has some close partnerships, but not like Ukraine. The moon and walking away. Russia wants to just say, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, we won. We won. But we're cowarding out and leaving. So I think they will eventually leave. And maybe in the relatively near future, I don't look for it to happen this year or next year, maybe even. But I think it is coming where they will be leaving. And I don't think that they're going to be honest about it. Surprise, surprise. I'm getting the Queen of Wands, and this to me is Ukraine. Very tough and very stressed. They're overloaded with responsibility and trying to take on this beast. But they do it. They do it. There's like a final. It also feels like that's a final battle or a final incident that really changes the course. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Nine of Wands, they will hold on, and I feel like win, not Russia, Ukraine, because they have suffered the worst, and that shows up. But they are scrappy as heck. Don't underestimate them. But they pay for it dearly, but they will win. Again, we're getting help from overseas, and that's how they do it. Yep. More stuff, more help. Look at that. And there is hope. I think Zelensky, I feel like this is him feeling like there is hope because I think he's going to be getting more of the items that he needs in the future. I wish it were now. I don't understand that. But yeah, then you have a problem with migration also, with people, I think, from Russia trying to escape, trying to leave. That's already happening. That's going to continue, trying to leave that area. And I think also people leaving the front lines because they're not being looked after in the Russian army and military. No, I'm getting Ukraine winning, getting their country, quote unquote, back. That's what I get. All right, let me just see. Just taking a look. I already voted by mail too. and my one of my adult daughters dropped it off into the proper place for me. So same here, all blue, all blue. Thank you, Microdot. Please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Okay, let me just see. Our next one is Microdot's question of explosion of missing a bus ed. Oh, okay. Okay. I understand it. Code word. Okay. There's so many missing. There's such a number of those that are not looked after and are abused, and that we hear have been killed by their own parents who think that they can hide children permanently from the law. Mm-hmm. Is there something to that? Is that just part of a question? Maybe that was just part of a thing. All right, let me take a look. Isadora says, I understand that soldiers from North Korea are fighting for Russia. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. But I think they're fodder. I think he's using them for fodder. When I heard that, I thought, oh, that's cannon fodder. And it's just so cold. I just felt like Kim is just like, here you go. Here's some more cannon fodder. People of mine that you can kill. You can just, you know, they're not, they are not been tested like uh Ukraine has. That's dropping them into something that they get really outmatched. Let me just take a look at the cards with that too, because I'm not quite sure what Microdot was saying here, but I will move on to that. All right. So, yes, why are they pushing sexualized women so much and pushing for gender confusion at the same time? What is their goal? Control. It always is control. They don't want to control, they don't want women to control their own bodies, you know? It's too scary for them. And it's too scary for them that people be able to say who they are. I have people in my family that identify differently, and they aren't confused. They know who they are. But the media wants to take this, and they always do this with topics, and they never seem to rep it the right way. It ends up just turning people against people that are already very vulnerable and trying to be who they are. And I'm just sick of it. It's just constant victimization of anyone that's different or tries to have sovereignty over their own body. It's control. And women are feared, and we've always been feared. And it's really stupid. There's just a hatred that has long been taught and a distrust. And you can go back to the biblical days where it's like woman is the cause of the fall of man. Man is the cause of the fall of man. Get it right. Quit blaming us. I don't believe that for an instant. That's some bull crap. All right, my venting. All right, so let me just see. What is this, though, that they're up to? The powers that be with this game. Well, I think this is pushing the limits. It's a risk with the fool. And yeah, we get little groups of people that brainstorm these ideas about how they can put things out there, take risks. It's all marketing as well with the media. That's one thing you need to understand. And most of us do, but do we really? We're subjected to it day in and day out. I tell you, the one reason why I've been able to kind of have an insight into it is because I took a class. And we were taught marketing, and we were taught that we had to create a commercial and film it and learn about it. And once you see that, it really can make it hard to watch films or anything else again because you kind of know the tricks behind the curtain. And that is what is going on. It's one of the reasons why I don't watch TV that much. In fact, at all. I've just got my computer out here, but I could still end up just watching garbage on YouTube. It's a matter of personal choice of how you educate yourself. But it's control. It's a matter of wanting to have popularity, to get the attention of people and make a story, but also to alienate some people with that Eight of Cups, to make them not feel like are welcome. So there's hope for the people that haven't been able to feel welcome in a long time. But at the same time, I think they're also making it difficult for them because of the way that media represents us and spoon feeds the public. Yep, the tower. In the future, there's going to be changes with this. And it's to help deconstruct a lot of BS our society has been built upon, a lot of lies, a lot of things that simply aren't true, that we've all been made to feel that we have to live up to. And it's about rebuilding. This is a reset button. But also, when you feel like you're being manipulated, don't watch. Shut it off. Really, do something else. Limit your amount of exposure to people selling you crap. And if that means shutting off YouTube for a while, I highly recommend doing it. Shutting off the TV for sure. Going without it for a while and see how you feel. I guarantee you will feel much better. Yeah. Yeah, you too, right? And do you notice the difference? Always protected? When you think back about when you watched TV as compared to now when you're more in control of picking what you're watching? Yeah, television meaning to tell you a vision of reality that does not exist and to convince you to believe. Oh, yes, that's right. And that's the difference. And that's why I try to use a freedom where I can. Um, treating people inferior, yes, and keeping them down. And you can see it in the advertisements. You can see it. Older women feel bad because they don't still look 25. I'm very happy to be 57 years old, and I'll be happy to get older because I have a lot of friends that didn't live out of their 20s. Can we please have some ads that reflect that? Not just that I'm not attractive to men that want to make babies, you know? You see what I'm saying? It's so shallow. Come on. We need to be deeper. So this is to get us uncomfortable initially, and I think to find and to reflect and find the middle path because we need to wake up and realize we need to, as you're saying, choose what we watch, and just be more aware that we're not spoon-fed like a mushroom, keeping us in the dark, trying to keep us from being educated and aware. Because this country's gone, I'm telling you, stupider. And I don't mean that to be mean. I'm just saying they've cut so much in education, public education, it is not the same level anymore at all. That's a whole nother Saturday topic. Okay. Let's see, women here. I think I saw something. Just want to question what you see for future being able to find children law changing investigations. All right, yeah, I will look at that, Microdot. But I'm gonna get the two other questions, and then I'll get that extra question of yours last. Okay. Now, here we go. New subscriber. Hello, SK. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here's a hug. Let's see. Ekta Thanua, I hope I'm saying their name right, react to my proposal if I were to propose to her about dating. Oh, your name is Shrey. Okay, hi, Shrey. Let's take a look. Let's see what we get. Do I want to change decks? Mm-mm. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try with this and see how it goes. clear. And let's read on Shrey and Ekta. I hope I'm saying her name right. Sounds like it's really a nice name. Okay. Okay. How will she react to Shrey's request to date? That's so nice. Be romantic. I tell you that much. Flowers and all of that. Women really do appreciate that. Hold the door open, help her to her seat. That would be so nice. I hope she's open to it. Okay, let's look at Ekta. How will she respond to um, requesting to date by Shrek? Well, there you are, making your little romantic effort with the Knight of Cups, which is all about uh, a romance, relationships, and this is you making your offer. So I think we're oh, it looks really good. We get the Nine of Pentacles. I think you will have a positive response, and it looks like a very nice environment for some reason. I'm getting maybe you guys are going to have a nice date somewhere that's really a beautiful environment or something. Take her to a nice place, someplace classy, someplace nice but comfortable, not so that people feel like I don't know which fork to use, here, but someplace a little elegant, because I'm feeling elegance from this. What else we get? Now, I do get you might be unsure or afraid to ask because of the past when you've been turned down, maybe. And so this is like where you reach the point of like, I gotta ask. You reach the crossroads, and it is meaning, you have to make a decision. So I see you doing that here with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. I think she will consider it, and I think that she will go, yeah, I get the star and I get the five. You're clever. I think that this is going to go really well. Just play it by ear. Keep on the romance, elegance level. You don't have to pretend to know what you don't know, but just appreciate, have a nice night, and just focus on enjoying each other's company because it looks like it will do well. Go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask. I get a positive response. I would be surprised if they didn't give you a positive response. Okay? Oh, lucky girl. Yeah, not personal questions on Saturday. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It was already. You can go ahead and ask one if you want to, since I did that. All right, Donna Matrix. Is there okay. I'm familiar with this Lex Friedman. I've watched a few of his things, and I've always got a weird feeling off of him. Uh, and it took me a while to kind of make up a little bit of my mind, but there was just something, you know me, guys, got to have the lipstick. There's just something that, I don't know, just kind of put my spidey senses into tingling. There we go. Now, let's see. So, lucky girl, if you want to ask that personal question, go ahead and do it. But usually I do it on a Sunday since I don't, as long as it's pretty quick. Yes, no type of thing, or just short, just a short thing. Oh, yes. Lucky girl, I got you now. Yeah, they are beautiful. So I say go for it, dude. Anyway, back to Donna. Donna, Donna, Donna. Here we go. So there is a podcast host, Lex Friedman, who recently interviewed Trump. Some say that he is purposefully spreading misinformation or being paid off by the Russians or some other special interest group. Is it true? All right, let's look for yes, no. And I might even use my investigative deck on this just to kind of grab a different deck. But so far, so good. So far, so good with this deck. That's why I love it so much. All right. Lex Friedman, are you taking special interest money? What is your agenda, Lex? I felt that weird vibe off of you, and I trust my spidey senses. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. So let's take a look. Is there special interest happening with Lex? Is he spreading misinformation deliberately? Is he being compensated to do so? All alleged. The Emperor. I think this is a yes. In yes and no questions, this is definitely a yes. And it makes sense. It's the card of mastery and authority. So there is older, more established men. He's a young man. This is not him. That I feel he works with. Take a look at that. Three of Pentacles. Working and collaborating with others. And there is, in particularly, if this is Trump, maybe, I don't know, but it could be somebody else. But I feel like, yeah, in response to our question, to your question of something that shouldn't be happening, special interest, and there is money in here, okay, with also the Pentacles. It looks like there is some working for some kind of gain and profit with other people. And then we go, this is interesting. Oh, he's going to be in trouble. Yep, he's going to be in trouble here. Something with that money. We went from the Three of Pentacles of people to the Four now, where he's holding on tightly. But look, here comes you hear the trumpet saying, "What's up with that? What are you holding on to there, you?" This is the call to basically atonement, the call to evolve, the call to let go and expand and move beyond limited uh, ways of living and being held to account. That's how they do it. So it looks like he could be held to account for something maybe with finances, or it just will show that people become more convinced of the notion that, yeah, I get that he is. I get justice. This looks like there could be legal something and a Queen of Pentacles. There could be some legal aspect for him. That's interesting. Through a female, possibly. Maybe this is a female that makes the payments to him or has a kind of a business finance connection in with this little group. So yeah, I do get that there you have a yeah, that's interesting. I'm so glad you asked that question because I'd always felt like there was something not kosher and I just hemmed and hawed and then I just didn't like the feeling and I went with that and I unsubscribed. So, yes, I do believe that's true from what I'm getting with the cards. All right. Okay. Now, let's see. Lady Gaga and then I have Lucky Girl. Okay. Lady Gaga. She is so great. I went to go see her in concert with my oldest and a friend of hers, and it was so good. I was blown away at that woman's talent to dance and sing. She has the chops. I was like, she no lip syncing, I think, with her. If she did, I don't think so, because like I could hear her breathing, but not. She's an amazing performer. There are some people that are truly entertainers, and she's one of them. I'd love to go see her perform again any day of the week. I had a good time. And I didn't realize that I was that big of a fan, but I really did have a good time. Okay, so let's see what is up with her next upcoming album, LG7. Okay, what do we see about this album for? What do we need to know about this? With Lady Gaga's upcoming album, what do we need to know about it? What can we um, understand? What's it going to be like? Lady Gaga's new album that is upcoming, LG7. Well, it's going to be a breakaway. There's something new here with the Fool. She's taking a creative risk, and that creative enthusiasm is there with the Knight of Wands that's like, let's go, but not just haphazard and wildly. There is direction, but she is hyped. She is hyped for this. And we get that there's been a choice, to allow something to end and something new to begin. And we have that going on. This is marking a new turn, I feel like, in her work, like a milestone, um, where she's finally confronting some things she's put on the back burner, and she's letting go of them. I think these may be attitudes or ideas that hold her back, that kind of programming that we all tend to carry. Um, Ace of Wands and King of Wands. Something new. Again, I feel like this could be a producer or somebody that's working with her to shape the sound. And he's bringing in all kinds of juicy, creative ideas with this Ace of Wands. And that's why she's got the Knight of Wands back here and going, oh, I love his ideas. That's the vibe I'm totally getting. You look, oh, I think I'm getting goosebumps, y'all. I think it's going to be really exciting. Here comes the Knight of Cups. I feel like that's the release. And look at the people running to go get it. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just in love or that are just so excited about this new release. It is going to be something very special. And so that can sometimes mean not everybody will like it because it might be a real departure. But, oh, the sun and the star. Couldn't even make her more famous. She's just effing incredible. It looks fantastic. That's such a great reading. I'm so happy for her. I like her. I think she's got a really good heart. Yeah, is she a little eccentric? Of course, but I love that about her. I love people that are a bit different. If people were the same, it would be so dull. She's so fascinating, and if you haven't seen the interview with her and, like I said, Joaquin Phoenix, please watch it. It's not very long, and their chemistry is really good. They seem like old friends. It's a lot of fun to listen to. All right, let's get to the lucky girl. All righty, and this will be the last question of this live. Is Paul attracted to me? And how does he see me? Thank you. All right. Okay, lucky girl. Well, just remember that no matter what, you are a badass eternal being that is so beautiful because you are, and I and everyone, we're beautiful. We're made of light and love, and our bodies do not define us. They do not define our beauty. So let your light shine, girl, no matter what. Don't let nobody make you hide that. And that's to everybody. Can't, have you ever had that happen when you just kind of just relaxing and enjoying yourself? Maybe you're having a joke and somebody's like got to be all competitive with you about it. It's so weird. It is so weird. Yeah, how does he see you as a person? I get it, sweetheart. So let's take a look at Paul. How does Paul see Lucky Girl? Can we get like a little bit of a snapshot, Spirit? Yeah, of course not. Because that's really boring. We've all met someone that looked fantastic on the outside, but the minute you got to know them, eh, they were the ugliest person in the room. And we've all met someone that may have not had the best looks on the outside, but who were so amazing on the inside that they sparkle. They blow everybody else away because they are so for real. I love that. I love those kinds of people because they haven't had it easy. And yet they're not bitter. They're beautiful. Okay, let's take a look. What does Paul feel? What are his feelings, his emotions? And how does he perceive Lucky Girl? Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, this looks positive. I get the world. This is like, I don't know, Lucky Girl. Do you like to travel? This is kind of there's a lot of different little associations with this card. This is all about um accomplishment and travel and independence and being yourself. Um, Somebody that follows the beat of their own drum for sure. This is a positive. I see attractiveness as well. I think there is attraction. Let me pull another card. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm getting a Knight of Swords. That kind of whoo. I think he thinks you're pretty fine. This would indicate a real reaction. This indicates like, oh yeah, it's there's a very a definitive response. Let's put it that way. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. You travel, but he doesn't know yet. Aha! Got you. And anyway, are you a Queen of Pentacles? But you love the land, you love animals, you know, earthy kind of person, maybe. And I get the Hierophant. Maybe a bit more old school, maybe a bit, a bit traditional in some ways. Nothing wrong with that. Would that make sense to you, or is that going to be someone else? I get the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like he really thinks you're independent and that you can have a sharp tongue perhaps as well. You're not going to put up with BS and nonsense. Um, do you? Okay, then. There's my OG Queen of Pentacles. That's you. And I really feel like he sees you as, again, someone who calls it like she sees it. What you see is what you get. I don't, this is super spot on. Okay, good. Good to know. Because, like, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure you're a lovely person, but I don't know. I've never met you. And I'm basing these cards on what they tell me. Yeah, look again, we got the love of animals and gentleness. And there's gentle. It's like if you're going to correct somebody, it's with gentleness. It's not like, you're a dummy. I'm smack. It's not like that. This is a gentle person and who is very compassionate. You're like uh, a lot of different qualities I think that he finds attractive. There's a compassionate sensitivity and a gentleness and an intuitiveness. I think he finds you fascinating. I do, because that's a very keen Knight of Swords. Now that looks really good. We have Justice. There's a decision, though, that has to come up. And it might be about what, in regards to, I don't know, where you are healing. There's pulling back a little bit to heal. And I'm not quite sure what this is about. Maybe I don't know if there's any kind of legal stuff going on, but I get a new path. It feels like there's something legal going on where there's fighting over something that to be free or something. Does that make sense? Why am I getting that? there seems to be conflict around freedom. And I think needing peace of mind. I'm coming from a very sad situation. Ah, don't know about. Ah, okay. Okay, well, take the time. This is important when we get this card. Take the time to heal. This helps you to be ready. This helps you to be open to receive. It's just a way of getting things in order and getting peace of mind back. Okay, so that is good. Now, this is about, I think, some sense of being confined or restrained or not feeling like you could express yourself in the past. Maybe that was he divorced. Ah, okay. Well, I think there was somebody that may have been feeling that they could not express themselves. Either this is a female that's making themselves feel that way, or it's a female that feels that way. But I'm getting like they're feeling like, again, there's limited thinking and they feel kind of stuck in a limited manner. They just need to figure out how to shift their own freedom. That's interesting. I'm thinking that the ex, he likes you because you're very free, I think, to him. But it feels like the ex's energy is kind of heavy, or it feels like he's dealt with something that's more weighty. This is dealing with women, wife, and looking to the future. So yeah, I think he's still dealing with some of that. And this could also be some of him healing from the divorce. Even if it was a while ago, it could take people time. I see him doing that. And I think you as well. But let's just see. This looks to me like a positive event on the horizon for you with this person. Yeah, look at this. Ace. We get the, not ace, but the Nine of Cups, which is like a dream come true, a wish come true, and the Lovers. So I think after this healing, if you guys are wanting to see each other, that might happen. It looks like there will be a relationship, uh, satisfaction and pleasure and enjoyment of each other's company and sharing things. But it takes time, and just don't rush it. Just don't rush it. Just allow it to go with the process, as they say. Yes, because it does show up on your future timeline. In the near future, though, not the further future, but more in the nearer future. Okay? All right, you guys. If you appreciated these readings and you appreciate the Saturday Live, would you please do me a big favor? Give me a great big thumbs up and maybe share this with somebody that you think might be interested. Thank you, lucky girl. It really helps me to know. It does. Confirmation is so helpful because I have no idea. I get off of here and I won't remember half of this later. That's how it is with readers. We can only, keep so much in register. You missed two questions. Oh, I did. Which ones? Who did I miss? Oh, okay, I did Gaga, but who else did I miss? I won't be live tomorrow, but next Sunday I will be live to take personal questions. So this is how it goes. Every Saturday, not every Saturday, sorry, every other Saturday, I alternate. This weekend, it's the Saturday live. Next weekend, it's the Sunday live. And then the weekend after that, it'll be the Saturday. So it kind of goes that way. I missed my lady. Let me see, my lady. I cannot miss my lady. It's too easily done here with some of these. All right, let me see the question. Donna, how did that get taken off? That's weird. Can I get my lady's question? Oh, the cure, vampire actor. That God, I don't see that on here. That's weird. Let me see why I'm not seeing that on here. Let me just roll it back. I must have just missed it. Anyone else whose question I missed? There's one more person. Let me see. Who else did I miss? Milady? What was the question on? Because I cannot find that on an actor, Empire. What was that? That kind of sounds. Why is it not showing up in my starred questions or in my live? Maybe I just flew past it. All right, now I'm just going to roll slowly. So let me see. Go very slowly to make sure. Yeah, I'm just not seeing Milady's question here. What's up with that? That can't be right. Always protected. Hello, Milady. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now I got it. I got it. Is the actor from The Vampire Diaries who plays Stefan going to get big roles? All right, let's see. Okay, is the actor who plays Stefan, or is it Stefan from The Vampire Diaries, is he going to get big roles coming to him? Let's see. Will Stefan get big roles coming to him? In the meantime, if somebody could uh, lasso that other question that I missed, I would greatly appreciate it. Repeat it, and I'll cover it and finish. Okay, so let's take a look at Stefan from the Vampire Diaries and if big role's going to be coming his way. Well, I do see that there's something in the works that he's waiting on with the two. And he may have like tentatively be, I think, trying out or what do you call that? Auditioning for. He's brushing up on some self-control uh with his acting. I feel like it's uh just a little tweaking going on for this something that's upcoming. I do think he's got stuff coming. Yes. There is some hidden issues. He needs to believe in himself. He may not come across as someone that may not be very confident. And that could be a secret. This is a limitation, and often it can be our own limiting thoughts or things that other people have projected onto us that we need to let go of and realize we are not limited by anything but thought, that there's other ways around stuff and we're limiting ourselves in some way. So, yeah, he's going to get some coming to him, but I think he's going to be careful. I think he's trying to be careful and not bite off more than he can chew, if that makes sense. I see him being very measured in going toward roles he wants and ones that he's excited about. So look at that joy and celebration there with Three of Cups. I do feel like, yes, he will. But I think he's going to take, if it makes sense, his own time with that. And he's going to get big stuff coming. Oh, the last Cure album, or will there be more in the future? Okay. All right, well, I'll do these two, and then I'll just call a live dead. So, lucky girl, I'll touch these two because we're still, usually I can do like a 2 hour live, and I'm 133. So, I'll take Ari, the Aries princess, and this extra question here about the Cure. I went to go see them in the 80s in Mountain View out here in Northern California. Oh my gosh. And I remember Robert before when he was still looking all young. That's so wild. And I was young too. You're so very welcome, my lady. Thank you for asking. I'm sorry that I spazzed and didn't get that question of yours taken down. All right, let me just shuffle the deck. All right, we are going to look at the cure, and then Aries Princess will be the last reading. Um, all right, okay. Let's take a look. Will this be the Cure's last album? Robert has been going since the 80s. Probably late 70s, though, right? Like 79 or something like that. Dang. I don't know that I could do a life on the road like that. I travel for 2 weeks and I'm ready to come home. I like being at home. Home has my things in it. I'm getting ready to tie this up real quick. Uh, you can go ahead and ask one question, and I'll take that, Zeta. Just one more though, that's it. I always say that, but really, this will be it because I don't want to be here too much longer at this point. I'll have to go to the bathroom. Go ahead and ask it very quickly, Zeta. You will be the last one then. All right. You've seen 21 times. Wow, you have really gone and seen them over the years. They're a great band. All right, let's see. Will this be the last album for The Cure? Maybe, because this is again the card of authority and self-mastery also with the Emperor. And it's kind of you've reached that apex. Um, I do get the Hierophant, which makes me feel like there's going to be, yeah, the world. Yeah, I do think there's going to be an ending. I think there might be also some health issues going on. They're also, I don't know if any of some of these members are married, but this could affect, you know, some relationships and things here with the Hierophant. But I do think if this isn't, it's going to be one of the last. That's an ending card. Both of these cards are endings again. So yeah, I tend to think this is going to be ending out. I can't believe Mick Jagger's 81 either. I can't either. And jumping around on stage. Oh my Lord. All right. All right, now we're going to do, got it. I got it, Zena. Now we're going to do Ari the Aries princess, and then Xena, and that's it. Don't nobody ask for any more because I'm not reading any more than that. All right. Thank you all so much, though, for asking me to read. It is a pleasure and an honor to read for you. And if you would be so kind just to help the channel with a simple thumbs up and maybe a little drop emoji in the comments, that would be fantastic. That, believe it or don't, pushes my algorithm to be get the channel more seen. Okay? So those two simple things, a like and a emoji drop in the comments, are valued. Okay. So Aries, the Aries princess is asking, will all my kids have autism like I do, or will some of them be quote unquote normal, like without being having any disabilities? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. We have that running in our family too. And I think both of my, but I think that both of mine have it I think they're on the spectrum. I do. They're just very different. And I think I'm a little, I do. I've never been, diagnosed or anything like that, but it's just certain things I know. All right, let's take a look, Ari. Are Ari's children going to carry or have autism? or maybe not? Is there going to be a mixture or not? Airy, the Aries princess, children, wants to know if her autism gets passed on or not. Okay, let's see what we get for you. Well, let's looking toward the future. You've definitely got that with the Two of Wands and keeping your eyes open and looking for signs. Quite honestly, this is a card about watchfulness, both of them. The Page of Swords and are you pregnant now? This could also be a child, like a small child, like an infant to a grade schooler until they get in their teens. Um, Maybe it's just looking at the future of a prospective child, but I see there's hope no matter what. And I feel like the husband or a male figure is going to be a very helpful influence. You have spiritual influence coming in to deal with challenges and adversities, though they are difficult. Your light, your creative light shines. I also feel like this could be a spiritual mentor that is guiding and assisting you. Now, I know you're asking about your children, but I am getting that there is hope, and I think there's going to be a balance. I get justice, and I get the Queen of Wands. I think no matter what, things will work out and that there is hope. Not that you would think that there wouldn't be, because it's just a difference. But I feel like I'm being shown that you will have one, maybe at least, that may have some special considerations with how they learn and what they need. And you'll be very instrumental, I think, in helping them to accomplish more than you probably ever could. There is recognition for that, recognition for giving and receiving help and going the extra mile for somebody that has a special need. And like we all have special needs about us. Like for me, I can't walk because of a accident in a car. For you, you deal with autism and the many varied things that come with that. And I think, yes, you will have some, but I'm not getting necessarily all. I'm wondering if you're going to have more than one. That's just a feeling. I really get a sense of a mixture. I'll just be honest with you. Let me see. Comments. No, you're not pregnant, but you want kids in the future. Makes sense. Okay. Well, that little page of wands could be a baby, a little air sign of some kind. And that would make sense if you're the Aries princess, because a lot of times what I'll see is that the Aries will give birth to air signs or fire signs. And I see a little air sign coming for you. So you might want to look at the months of air signs and just keep it in mind because that might be end up being one of the months that you'll give birth. I see a child ahead. I want to say male, but I'm not sure yet. That's just a feeling, and I'll just give it to you. Neither here nor there. Yeah, I think a balance, and especially when I get the justice card. I like that. I like that a lot. Especially when we're tired. It's like, okay, nothing overwhelming, nothing that she can't deal with. Again, I see, keeping an open mind and keeping flexible. There's all kinds of possibilities. I don't think it's entirely perhaps yet decided. Um, It again makes me feel like a mixture, and I get the inspiring light of the star and being led by divinity. So this is meant to happen. I think this is what part of what you come here, part of one of the main things that a big part of your agreement coming to Earth and being born here. I think this is one of your big ones, you know? This is one of your big milestones. Yes. And I feel like this motherhood, I feel like you're going to definitely have at least a couple kids. I get a page of wands now, a little fire sign. And I'm getting the nine of wands with this one. I think this child will be putting you through some paces there, but there's so much love. Oh, this is good. Look at that. That's the baby, okay, as well. Can be a pregnancy, and I get clarity. And I just feel like no matter what, you've got it. It's going to be dealt with. Look at that. Boom. And handled and balanced. So release, I think, drama concerning this or any kind of up and down emotion about it. Just let it go and just open it. You feel like it's going to be a boy too? I felt like a boy when I was just looking at it, but I just kind of quietly kept that to myself because sometimes I'm just observing my own thoughts. But that's what I got too. Just you'll have to come and let me know. You want a big family? Ah, make sure that you make sure you gauge them after the first couple that you have because you might be going, okay, these two are going to put me through enough. I wanted a big family too, but physically I just couldn't do it with my disability. I had to realize my limitation. But I see you having at least two, air sign it looks like and a fire sign. I feel like a boy and maybe a girl, and we'll just see. Let me just throw this on your because there's those babies are there. They'd be waiting for you. Let's see, Miss Aries. Yeah, this is positive. I feel really inspired and really good, and like you're gonna know how to handle this. And I'm getting that card of masculine influence of self mastery. That could be yourself, even just your own self mastery, and maybe someone that's offering. There could be a male that offers some help or offers to help you out. Uh, if it isn't, if you don't have a partner, this could be a male family member, grandfather, father, uncle, brother, but a little older. So we'll see. Hey, it looks good. It looks good, and it looks like you're going to be a great mom. All right. So positive thoughts. Mwah. All right, y'all. You guys are the best. And I love my little group. And thank you so much for making every live a great live. I hope that you all come away with your questions answered and feel good about it. Uh, anyway, I will see you in the next live, which will be Sunday, next Sunday. And that is Personal Questions Sunday. Okay. So next week, it'll be Sunday. All right, you guys, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.